All right, welcome everybody to episode 9 of the RacPacShow. Before we get started, I just wanted to mention that we are going to be doing a Twitter giveaway in celebration of the Super Bowl week. So go check out our Twitter. Links in the description. There'll be a tweet with all the info on how you enter that and what we're giving away and stuff like that. But without further ado, let's get started. Obviously here with Chad, Ryan, and Eric is on again with another special box opening for us. So let's get underway.
Eric, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
I know you loved it so much you wanted to come back again.
Riveting. You guys are absolutely riveting, so I couldn't wait.
Hey, your video got us the most views, so I don't know if that, not to,
It had nothing to do with the box, I'm sure, too. It was all you.
Yeah. I think it was just that smile of yours.
Yeah, I agree.
The personality that I have is just off the charts.
Mhm.
So
I agree with that.
Absolutely, brother. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't able to go, but I know Chad was able to make an appearance to your gift to your shop. So I don't know if you said you had a question for him.
yeah, so I mean, just basically, I wasn't there. What'd you think, Chad?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been in a card shop in probably 10 years or something like that since the one down the street from us closed. But it was pretty cool. There's a bunch of stuff, that was interesting to look at, different sports, and you guys have that like little right next to the door on the left when you walk in, there's like a little plaque with pictures that show like what special polls that everyone kind of had.
The Wall of Fame. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. That was pretty cool to look at and see all those. You talked about that Kobe card that was pulled, that one guy pulled. So it was cool to see what that looked like and what everyone else has kind of pulled and just the packs. And, there's more people that were in there besides just me and my buddy Diego. But cool to interact with everyone. There was a couple of regulars that were there that we talked to and got to know a little. So, yeah, it was a good experience.
Yeah, I mean, one of those cards that's actually up on that wall. Guy came in the other day, Tom Brady Spectra autograph, and he was wondering what to do with it.
Hope you held on.
Yeah, well, when he first pulled it, he probably could have got, I don't know, $3 or $4 for it. It's probably around 10 now. But it's kind of rare because it has a Super Bowl inscription on it. Most of his other cards are just straight up his autograph. And this one has like a little Super Bowl, I forget what number it is, on it. And he was looking to maybe sell it there or figure out what to do with it. And, you always want to get the most money out of something if you're looking to sell it. But now's probably the time.
When was that? When did he pull that, did you say?
He pulled that a couple years ago. It was a 2019 Spectra.
Okay.
And he's held on to it this whole time.
Perfect.
He didn't need to do anything with it. And Jim's obviously a huge Brady fan, huge Patriots fan. And he was trying to see if he wanted it first dibs, but a little bit too expensive for his taste. And so we'll just kind of see what happens with it.
Gotcha.
You said you're gonna be there this weekend?
I will be there. I should be there Saturday, yes.
Okay. I know Chad and I were looking at probably stopping by this Saturday. Probably around afternoonish. So I'll message you and stuff like that.
Unfortunately, I'll be at our employer.
Convince him to get a box.
Don't worry, man. I'll pick out something good for you.
Box on the house. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, we opened 2 Bowman's Best the last time we were there. So
Oh, those are nice.
I know Diego got a pretty nice couple pulls out of those, like a Cabrian Hayes auto, and then he got like a Andrew Vaughn, one of those redemption ones that you got to send in, which are kind of stupid, but he got some nice pulls when he was there.
I had a buddy who packed one of those redemptions it was a signed rookie LaMelo Ball card. That was like really, I don't remember the name, like the edition or whatever, but I know it was one of those where it was like a voucher almost. For it because it was during the COVID year or whatever.
Unfortunately, that's one of the things that I think kind of ruins things. You spend that much money on a box of cards, and then you get a card saying you're going to get a card.
Yeah, that's true.
And I had 2 redemptions for Khalil Mack rookie cards, actually, for his autographs. When he got traded initially to the Bears, I still hadn't gotten them. and that was however many years later, 3-4 years or whatever. So they finally gave me a substitution for those, and it was a Jarvis Landry autograph. So it wasn't quite as good and worth the value,
Right.
but I mean, it's nice to get the card in hand, rather.
Yeah.
Do you
card
have to
saying you get
take
a
that
card.
though? Like, isn't there like you were saying a substitution? Like, it's a certain amount of like weeks that
So
they have to like send you the card, or you get like an upgrade or something
you
like that.
yeah, you just talk to them. We got a guy that's been waiting, I think, 4 or 5 years for an Aaron Rodgers autograph.
Yeah, I keep playing for that.
You know, it's not like he's getting the vaccine or anything. You've got time to sign. Just do it. Sign it. You know, what are you doing? So, you know, that's one of the frustrating things about it. But I mean, for the most part, it's, you know, it's pretty sweet. Like I said, you can walk in there and buy a box and get a Tom Brady autograph and leave and sell it to get a new car.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Was there any updates on those baseball cards that we pulled last time, or are you, like, would you end up doing with those?
Yeah, so he's holding on to a few of them because a lot of those were rookie cards. So, you know, like the Joey Bart autograph,
Right.
You know, with the lockout and everything happening right now, you kind of want to wait maybe to sell those. Especially, like I said, when you get rookies like that, you wait till in season when they're starting to do something. Because some of these rookies right now might sell for $100. Guy hits, you know, 12 homers in a month. That's a rookie record. That card will then go for $500. So, you know, I said last time, it's like stocks. Stuff goes up and down. You got to pick the right time to do it.
Did he let you keep one of them that you wanted?
No. I tried. I mean, I tried, but you know, hey, that's all good. He enjoyed it. He thought it was cool. He opened up the other box that came in that case, and he got a little bit of a cooler one. He got a Juan Soto 101 autograph card out of there. So that was pretty nice.
Did he sell that?
Yeah, he sold it. Ended up getting, I think, $700 for it. Is what it went for. So, you know, those are big time. He's got a couple flawless basketball right now, and those are, I forget what he told me, $5,000, $6,000 a box. So,
Jeez. It's speaking of basketball. Then your buddy Jim, it was Jim, right?
yeah, we
pulled the
did a box of Panini 1-in-1. It's called. You usually get like a numbered base card. It could be a regular player, it could be a rookie, and an autograph rookie card. And he pulled a LaMelo Ball downtown card, which is $6,000 to $7,000.
That's crazy.
I don't think I ever asked. Did he sell it?
I don't know if he's got it online right now or not.
But it's going for that price.
Yeah. That's the last few sold for between 7 and 8. So
I did get to see that Herbert card though. That was a nice card.
Yeah.
He showed me the little sneak peek behind that little VIP access.
Yeah. You know, when you know someone, it's cool to see the little extras, little perks that come in there. You know, but yeah, I mean, we had someone come in the other day, actually did a box of what I'm about to do, and he pulled a Mac Jones rookie patch autograph out of Immaculate Football.
Oh.
So that almost doubled the cost of the box.
Of the box? Jeez.
Yeah.
Mac Jones is a great pull, but not a great quarterback in my opinion.
Hey, he's a game manager. He's a game manager.
He's a Jimmy G 2.0.
It might be a little better in my opinion, but who knows?
See.
I mean, you know, right now,
we'll see what kind of career he has ahead of him.
Yeah, he's selling the best in the hobby right now.
Well, yeah, because he was definitely
Fields, and
he was definitely like probably like the most surprising, like over forgetting the word, but just like overperformed what people thought he was
overachieved.
Do. Yeah, overachieved. Yeah, that's what.
Well, he went to the best situation too.
Of course, that's what's kind of tough. Like you saw, like Trevor Lawrence was obviously like, best prospect since Peyton Manning. What would he have done if he went to the Patriots instead of the Jags? You know, like I think situation matters a lot, and I think that's why, like, had Herbert. Well, I think Burrow's the exception. I mean, Cincinnati has always had a very cheap ownership, like poverty franchise, and they're in the Super Bowl. So there's obviously exceptions, but Mac Jones
That's
definitely
all.
landing in New England was huge for him.
That's all. Joey B and Chase. They're just
100%.
killing it.
100%. I agree.
Was that Mac Jones a Patriot card?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Would have
Yeah,
been more
this-
for Alabama or no?
No. So the initial stuff actually in the season when it comes out, all this stuff is in their college uniforms. But then obviously, once they get drafted, they see where they go. Their stuff goes into the NFL uniforms. The Patriots cards usually have nice patches when it comes to getting a rookie patch autograph. They got a nice little 4-color. It's the red, white, and blue. I mean, they're really sharp.
Yeah, they do. Really nice looking jerseys, that's for sure.
So we did baseball, what was it, 2 weeks ago? So now, kind of to cap off the NFL season, you brought us some football cards.
Yes, sir.
And it's like the same like box, but football, right?
I mean, it comes in different box. It doesn't come in the cool briefcase that the Flawless came in.
Okay.
So you guys see in a minute, it's kind of a tin. It's like a box in a box.
Gotcha.
But it's actually around the same price as the Flawless Baseball was.
And what's the name of this pack?
This is Immaculate Football.
Gotcha.
That's right.
And it's the NFL edition. So because the initial stuff that came out was college. Like I said, obviously, they get out what they can. And this just came out in the past week or two.
Gotcha.
All right, well, let's get into it.
All right. Let me flip this around. Show you real quick some cards in my collection, though, of the next great quarterback in the NFL.
Are those both Gardner Minshew's?
These are all Gardner Minshew's.
All Gardner Minshew's. Oh, okay.
All Gardner Minshew's.
All right.
Get the jorts.
This is 4 of about my 60 or 80 Gardner Minshew's.
That's awesome.
Including a Gem Mint 10 select rookie.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you got that.
Man, you are going to be loaded if that guy fucking turns his career into something big.
Did you say if or when? Because it's when. When that happens. So, all right, let me set this up and make sure you guys can see everything. We got Aaron and RG3 in the background as always. So that is what it is.
Nice.
Not as fancy as the baseball one, but
I'm definitely looking forward to the football one.
Steps up.
That's right.
Definitely excited for this one.
And it comes, like I said, this is like a tin.
Is it same style where it's like it comes with a pack and then 2 special cards? Okay.
So nope, this is just a pack. Everything comes into that
sealed pack.
And the tin is empty. I use one to keep my change in.
Nice.
There you go.
So I'm taped on the bottom. I'll flip it off camera just so we don't catch anything of what's on the bottom card.
Can't return it now.
The anticipation. Can't return it.
So,
I think I see a Steeler.
Ooh, that's a good eye. Ooh, we'll do this like this. So we block everything.
I don't want to say anything.
Until we reveal.
Hey, just the team. That's all I saw.
Yeah, the top one. Sweet mother of God. That's not who I thought it was, but it's still cool. So the top one is just a base card.
Okay.
Of TJ Watt.
Oh, nice.
TJ Watt.
Who is probably the best defender other than Aaron Donald.
Agreed.
In the NFL. Absolute monster. And, I mean, this is perfect timing. This is really perfect timing, and this is really freaking sweet. And I thought for a second it was Cooper Kupp. But this is a 1-of-1 Jacob Harris.
Oh.
Wow.
I like that patch.
Rookie for the Rams. So, yeah, that's the end of Los Angeles.
What's his number?
This is a 1-of-1.
No, his jersey number. Just so I want to see if I can remember him.
You know what's funny?
What's
is
his
I
name?
think Jacob Harris.
He's the rookie, right?
Yes.
He's not the one that dropped that like wide open pass in the end zone.
He's a tight
that-
end.
No, that was Skoranek.
Hey,
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
He's number
easy.
87.
He's got the card out.
Number 87, young Gronk.
Yeah. So
Right, different person.
Skoranek did have a good hit on special teams though. So can't take everything away from him. But maybe that's why he's on special teams tackling people.
1-of-1 though. That's nice.
But that is a 1-on-1. Like I said, I thought for a second that was a Cooper Cup, and that would have been nasty.
You were about to shit your pants.
Still a 1-on-1. Still pretty
We
sweet.
all would have.
That would have been nuts. I like that patch though. It's a nice looking
Next
patch.
up, oh my god, I'm seeing the cards now. I'm gonna have a heart attack. This is Quiddy Pay.
Show us.
This is Quiddy Pay. But you got to get Quiddy Pay on here first.
Yeah, I like Quiddy
He's
Pay.
he's a good defender. I believe
first round
Michigan.
pick, I believe. Yep.
Michigan.
Hard knock star this year.
Yep.
You know, so these are guys that are underrated that people don't really talk about.
Yeah, the Hard Knocks viewers will know who Quiddy Pay is. That's for sure.
I'm not going to show the next card yet. I'm going to go on to the one behind that.
Anticipation.
I'm trying not to look.
The
see anyways.
great Sean
Alexander.
Wow. Okay.
Madden 07 cover, I think.
So,
Yeah.
and this is out of 99. 64 of 99.
And 37 would have been nice.
Yes,
That is
absolutely.
That is a pretty looking card.
These are all signed.
Yeah, this is an autograph and it's on card.
So so it's not like
That's what they look for.
Yeah.
The on card.
So he actually signed that on the card.
Wow.
The last one, the Quiddy Pay, was signed on a sticker.
Gotcha. That is nice. Especially for a historic player like that.
The next one, which is out of 99 as well, Eagles rookie, which I like a lot, Kenneth Gainwell.
Oh yeah, he had a decent year.
Dual patch. It's got two patches, two colors on each patch.
Is that their black jerseys? Looks like
pretty nice. No, it's just dark. It's green.
Okay.
He played better than Sanders.
I love the guy. That's why he's on my fantasy keeper team. So
nice.
That was a nice card.
Not bad. The last one, I mean, this guy I think is going to end up being good. Is out of 25.
That's what I think it is.
Is that Mr. Herbert?
It looks like Herbert, yeah.
That is Justin Herbert.
And another Herbert.
Man, that is, because they're uniform colors, that is a beautiful looking card.
Yes.
Look at the reflection on that too.
Yeah.
That is
so
really
that
nice.
is pretty damn sweet. And that is on card.
That is out of how many?
That is on card. It's out of 25.
And what does it say what number?
18.
Okay.
Nice card.
That is a beautiful looking card.
Is that your second Justin Herbert poll?
Okay, well, I'm getting weird reflections in here, and I might be old and blind. So I lied. That is his jersey number 10 of 25.
Oh,
even
man.
better.
So that would be the premium. Yes.
Wow.
If you're not going to get a lower number, like you want his jersey number.
Wow, you're the king of pulling good Justin Herbert cards now, I think.
This is legitimately the fourth 10 of for Justin Herbert that we've pulled out of that shop.
That's wild.
We got 2 10 of 10s. We had a 10 of 15 last year. And then this one, 10 of 25.
That is sick.
What are you going to do with that card?
What card? I have no idea what you're talking about.
They shorted you one.
Yeah, that Herbert was an aberration. No, so yeah, Jim will decide what to do with that bad boy. And
that is a really nice card.
So yeah, you get a 1-of-1 in the box, and you get a Herbert. Not bad.
No, not at all.
Not bad at all.
Number 10 too. That is insane.
That's pretty good card.
So that if somebody would have bought that box themselves, in the shop, they would have been pretty happy with that.
Can imagine.
Yeah,
And
I
that
would agree.
was
Now, if you had to guess, would you say out of that box and with that Herbert card, do you think you made the like money equal to that
Broke even.
box? I mean, obviously that could change in like the more you sit on that card, of course.
So that's the one thing. Like, obviously, that being a 10 of, it's a second year card, not a first year card.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna say we probably got the money back on that box.
Mm.
The cards before that one were, I'm gonna say, nothing to write home about. But the Herbert's a huge card. Like, I honestly I don't know what that card is worth.
Mm-hmm. And I think Quiddy Pay, that's a rookie, right? That's a rookie
Yes.
card. So I
Yeah.
mean, if Quiddy Pay ends up being, a stud by the end of his career, that could be a pretty valuable card as well.
Well, and again, who knows with 1-of-1s? I mean, that card of Harris and being on the Rams and
True,
Super
that's
Bowl
another
week,
one.
there's niche collectors out there. There's guys, there legitimately might be 2 guys who are Jacob Harris fans who might go nuts over a 1-of-1 Jacob Harris card.
Mm-hmm.
And just, might be like, I got to have this card.
Yeah.
So,
what would you have done if you pulled the Joe Burrow?
I mean, I would have
not shown it and then probably pocketed it.
I would have gone nuts. Yeah, I would have.
We're all going outside streaking.
Because his value is going up, right?
Oh, are you kidding
Like,
me?
Gotta be.
Imagine if you win Super Bowl MVP. Oh my
man.
God!
Even if he just wins a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you that we had a 1-of-1 Joe Burrow pulled out of the shop last year.
Wow.
And somebody sold it. It would be worth double what they sold it for.
Dude, that's the thing.
You'd be talking around 40-50 grand right now, probably.
That's the thing. Like, if you're into cards like that, like, I feel like I'm sure there's stories that go the other way. Like, for example, if Mac Jones fell off a cliff for the rest of his career, fizzled down, was nothing. Obviously, you're getting more value now than you probably would if
100%.
you waited. But it seems
100%.
like, I don't know. I feel like if I was someone who pulled a card like that, my initial reaction would be like, I'm holding on to this. Like, I don't know. I'm sure it's different for everyone and like maybe in the heat of the moment, but it just feels like most of the time you wait on these good cards and they end up with more value than you originally when you pulled them.
It depends on the sport too.
Mm-hmm. True.
At the beginning of the year, the hype around Lawrence, Wilson, Fields, and Lance were much more than Mac Jones. And those 4 guys were outselling him by a mile. And now it's reverse. I still have a few cards that I'm holding on to from those rookies. And they would have sold for double what they are right now. So like a $200 Lawrence would have sold for $400 or $500 at the beginning of the year. And, next year he could end up setting the NFL on fire, and his stuff goes through the roof again.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like, it's just another form of an investment, just like any other thing, a stock, a cryptocurrency. At the end of the day, it's an investment. You never, they're volatile. You never know. It could go down, could go up, but
yeah, I've been on both sides of it. I mean, DeMarco Murray, his rookie year. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
His rookie year, I pulled a 1-of-1 superfractor of his. I sold it on eBay for $500 at the time when $500 was like insane. 2 weeks later, he broke that rookie single game rushing record or whatever he did, and that card would have went up to probably $1,500. Now that 1-of-1 card is 100 or 2. So it's like you said, it goes both ways.
That's insane. It's crazy how, I mean, I know I'm starting to just get into this, like seeing a lot of more people like into like cards. So it's crazy how maybe it's always been, but it seems like it's going on uprise. Like I've been seeing, it all started with like Pokemon cards and all that. And I know card collecting has always been a thing, but like it just seems like as of late, I don't know, for some reason, just for me, it seems like it's just I hear people more like talking about it more. I hear people like collecting it more. So
I
I
which
think
think
is
more people started looking at it as investing.
right.
So, you got people paying attention more. You got more sites showing more stuff on it. There are a couple sites that literally it's a trending thing, like looking at NASDAQ or whatever you want to say, and it's crazy. I mean,
I mean
and
the
football's easier. Baseball's harder. Baseball, there's a lot more players.
Right.
the card craze. I mean, it definitely. I think it also like COVID kind of forced a lot of people to like who've been cooped up and stuff, maybe develop new hobbies and like different stuff. Like you saw like people would be camping out of Targets daily or weekly on their shipments for these cards and be like, right when they open in the morning, they'd be looking under the shelves in case one fell. Like, I don't know. The card craze was definitely a big thing.
They were
Like the
doing it for
past year.
resale.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
were
Yeah.
100% doing it for resale.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple people come in that said, "Oh yeah, I saw a fight at Target." There's
hmm
two grown 50-year-old men fighting over $20 Target blaster boxes when there's this little 9-year-old kid that just wants to buy his cards.
Right. I mean, we had one of our buddies, Nick Kelly, who will be on the show next week. Um, he went through a phase of like he was big into the Pokemon cards, and he would say like, I'm going card hunting. He'd go from Target to Target, Toys R Us, all that stuff, looking for cards or packs to open and stuff.
Charizard.
Dude, and I said it last time you were on, like that like main card, that first edition Charizard or whatever. I can picture it. I know I had it as a kid. I know I did.
Yeah.
But
Thousands and thousands of
right,
dollars.
and like that back in the day, that it's I was a kid. It was something I played with. Like I'm sure I might have drawn on it for all I know. Like I was a kid.
How
Little
dare
did
you?
I know, 20 years down the
100%.
road, now it's this like if you had a rated 10 or whatever, that thing's over $1 million or whatever.
I
So it's
I had a woman come in this week to the shop, and she has 4 kids, and they're just a couple of them are already into it, a couple of them are getting into it. And I told her that. I said the first thing you have to do is just watch your kids when they're opening their stuff. I said you can't unfortunately hand a pack of cards to an 8-year-old kid and say, "Okay, here you go, Timmy, open up this pack." And he's like, "Oh, look, it's a Tom Brady card. He has a signature on it." Oh, okay, give me that. It's going right into the case, and you're not touching it, and your first
Lock
semester
it
of
up.
college is paid for.
yep.
So
I mean that I had
it's different.
a similar thing. Like I was, with my cousin one day as when we were kids, and my aunt got us each like a pack of football cards. I can remember it was a Clay Matthews Pro Bowl jersey patch, and I think it had I don't know why I remember this. It had like a star on the patch. It was one of those blue Pro Bowl jerseys.
Yep.
Um, and I thought it was a cool card, but I don't even know where that is now. So it's just like that definitely correlates. Like you gotta. Granted, back in the day, like this wasn't really looked at. I feel like as a
Not
for
as
investment.
crazy.
Yeah,
No,
not as
not as
crazy.
crazy.
Obviously, there's like a small portion of collectors and stuff who saw it that way, but
Well, now like
not like
Targets and
nowadays.
stuff have like a limit on how many boxes you can buy and stuff
hmm
when you go in
Yep.
store. Like back in the day, I like when I would go to Target to buy a box, and I'd show up and there'd be a guy with like a scale, and he'd be weighing each box and each pack to try and find
Certain
what
Yeah.
cards.
packs had the memorabilia stuff in it.
Yeah. One of the very first years those came out, me and a buddy went to Target, and we each got a box of Upper Deck, and I opened it up, and there was an Allen Iverson jersey card in there. And I looked at him, I go, "What the hell is this?" No idea. Not a clue that was a thing. And I brought it to a card shop because I did not know about Shoebox, the great card shop that I work at now. I went to
Good
another
plug.
one by my buddy's house, and the guy freaked out, legit freaked out. He's like, "Oh, I've never seen a jersey card like this before," and offered me, at the time, shit, that was like what, 1997 or some crap, and offered me $100 and a box of cards and something else, and I was like, seriously, and then he just kept going up. So I was like,
At
yeah,
least it
here.
wasn't trying to like rip you off though, too,
No,
as you're
no. I mean,
being a kid
you
or
know,
whatever.
You gotta
again,
learn
I
somehow.
was 22 years old. I was like, yes, I'll take that 100%.
Yeah. Oh, all right. That was a fun opening. That Justin Herbert card is really 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 nice. 10 of 25, right?
Yep, 10 of 25.
King of pulling Justin Herbert cards. You and your and the shop, it seems. That's for sure. All right. Well, if we wanted to move on to more sports topics, we could recap the conference championship games. So first game we had Chiefs and the Bengals. So it seems like the Chiefs didn't learn from the last time when they were up 11 going into halftime in the regular season and scored 3 points in the second half. We all got together. Chad, Ryan, a couple of our other friends were over watching the conference championship games this week.
Bums.
I don't know. I felt like when the Chiefs went up 21-3, it's just like, okay, they're rolling. You know, it's one of those games. And then I think the whole game changed on that end of halftime play. Chiefs not getting any points there, I think, to be honest with you, lost them the game. I think momentum is super important in football. And to give the Bengals that extra motivation that, okay, we stopped them. You know, we're only down 11. We've been here before, like, against this team. And that's what it took. And Mahomes, you know, has shown now that he goes into these slumps. The game, to be honest, the second half especially is completely on him, in my opinion. I mean, you saw beginning of the year, he was in that slump, and then he turned it around end of the year, and we kind of saw that in a game format. Like, first half, he was, like, perfect. I think he had a QBR of, like, 98, something like that, out of 100. And then second half, I think he had a QBR of around 4 out of 100, so...
Jesus.
Yeah, it was definitely a huge collapse by the Chiefs, and that's, I mean, a stain on his, you know, future legacy. We'll see what happens down his career, but if he's chasing Brady, that's not ideal.
Yeah, I mean, I think to like piggyback off that, it kind of like, I think when we were together and I said like Bengals come up with a stop there at halftime, like that changed the whole game. You know, you just said that, and I agreed with that. You know, I don't pay too much attention to like stats and stuff. I didn't really look at like, you know, like you said, the QBR and all that. But obviously, I give props to the Bengals defense. You know, they went into Tennessee, took out Tennessee, and they went into Kansas City and took out Kansas City. And they might have not done it pretty in the first half, but they definitely stepped up in the second half and allowed their offense to, you know, do what their offense does. And then, you know, OT, they should have had 2 more picks on the previous 2 throws.
Yep, overtime rules are just fine. Just make a stop on defense.
But I mean, hey, like I said, Bengals are in the Cinderella story right now, and that I stood by that.
Mhm.
And I don't know what's going to happen in the Super Bowl, but
Yeah,
Catman said Rams.
yeah,
Just kick the field goal.
I'll tell
kick
you that.
the field goal, kick the field goal, kick the field goal.
I mean, I do
Awful.
agree with that because they were getting the ball back anyway. So, like,
Just awful.
I
Get the
get
points.
so, and this was a thing when the Chargers played the Chiefs. That was the night we went to see Spider-Man. Is, you know, Brandon Staley obviously all year is the big analytics guy, goes for it on 4th down, and I get going for it. That granted it wasn't a 4th down, it was a time expiring, but like the analytic behind that is, okay, if you don't get it on a 4th and goal like close like that, you're gonna put them at their 1 yard line anyways, right? But when it's and I know it wasn't a 4th and goal, but when it's halftime, like that's not a thing. Like the half's over, you're getting the ball back. That's why you got to take the points. And I mean, all these analytic people with going for it on 4th down. I know it worked for the Bills a lot against the Chiefs, but like look at the Bengals. They're in the Super Bowl. What do? They kick field goals. Their rookie kicker, who's automatic, is close to breaking that field goal record in a postseason, and they're winning football games because they're kicking field goals. So I agree with that. They should have taken the points.
Go Bengals.
Oh, stop it.
Joe Burrow. Go Bengals. That's
yeah,
right.
I
You hear
mean,
that, Eric?
also though, like obviously Mahomes is known for like scrambling and throwing
I felt
dimes
I
on
felt
his
like he was
scrambles,
trying
and
to
he
do
just
too much.
like it was almost like the Super Bowl. But then again, I mean, he had blocking and stuff. But
I saw a tweet. It was I think it was Colin Cowherd was like, in the second half, Joe Burrow got right and Mahomes got tight. Like Mahomes, I mean, he looked. You see Mahomes in the second half. He looked like, and even especially in overtime, those 3 throws, like he looked like, I don't know, nervous. Like he looked like he just like was panicking. Like, and Joe Burrow, he earned his nickname, Joe Cool. That guy, like, nothing phases him. It's incredible.
Still waiting on. It should be here probably earlier next week. I'm preparing myself for the Super Bowl. I know Anthony is as well.
Made a purchase
Got myself it's a Joe Burrow hoodie, but it has the Burrow as when he was in LSU.
Yeah, like the
accent thing.
French.
It's all white. It just says Burrow and it has his number.
I'm repping my not a jersey, a t-shirt. I'm repping my guy Jamar Chase for the Super Bowl.
So,
but my thing, we'll touch on the Super Bowl a lot next week. That'll be like kind of the whole show, main focus next week. But yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting Super Bowl. You know,
lock of the week for me.
I'm happy for Bengals fans. When I was, that's true. When I was in elementary school, Bengals were one of my favorite teams. I had a Carson Palmer jersey, Chad Johnson jersey. I like the Bengals a lot, so I'm happy for their fans. Never won this. One of the teams who have never won a Super Bowl. I think they've been to one, but they've never won. So happy for
the
fans.
moment now. Enjoy the moment now.
I'm happy for their fans to get to witness it.
Yeah, you enjoy this moment right now.
Here's the thing. Hey. Well, here's the thing I'll say. Like this season is whatever way you look at it for the Bengals. I think it's a win. Like no one. I think majority of people didn't even have them winning the division, let alone make to the Super Bowl. Like, you know, Burrow's on rookie. Granted, they have really cheap owners, but you know, I think they have a pretty, you know, maybe like 3-year window here, kind of similar to the Chiefs when with all their success to do some damage. Now, the counter to that is the AFC is loaded, but we'll see.
Especially when Rodgers goes to Denver next year.
That would be nuts. That would probably be the worst. Just because of the NFC now, there's Rodgers. That would be a horrible decision. But I mean, I could see Denver. But on to the next game, we had Rams and Niners.
Better number 9.
The Niners blew that game. They blew it.
I think it was McVay was like 0-6 against Jimmy G and when he plays for the Niners and stuff like that. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, Beckham was a stud. Stafford was. I will say this: I love Stafford, and I like. While I am rooting for the Bengals in the Super Bowl, I'd love to see Stafford, Donald, and Beckham get a ring. He did throw that horrific pass that Tart dropped. That probably would have ended the football game. But listen, I was rooting for the Rams. I had money on them, so I am happy. But you know, the defensive line really stepped up at the end of that game, which, I mean, that defense and especially that defensive front is absolutely loaded. So it's going to be funny that, you know, we went this whole NFL history, no home Super Bowls. Last year we had Tampa Bay get one, and now back-to-back years we have the Rams in a home Super Bowl. And your prediction?
I heard that they're going to move it to Dallas, so there's no chance of that happening.
Are you joking?
Are you sure about that?
Are they moving to Dallas?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm saying they're gonna. The next one is going to be in Dallas, so there's zero chance of.
Yeah.
Attaboys.
Oh, yeah, 100%. No, you're right. Dallas are frauds.
Yeah.
Dallas are frauds. Suck. I hate Dallas.
Is it really in Dallas next year?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, breaking news. I broke it here.
I don't know if Friday you want to talk about in that.
I think it's in Vegas.
49ers game.
I think it's in Vegas next year.
I don't know if you want to talk about that 49ers game at all.
Just, you know, they had the game. They scored no points in the second half, I think. So just that drop, obviously, but they didn't score. I feel bad for Debo, man. That dude worked his butt off.
Yeah.
Not only the whole season, but the playoffs.
Can't wait to.
Without Debo, that team was not going anywhere. So.
Can't wait to keep him in fantasy this year.
It's gonna be interesting to see with Jimmy G leaving, because pretty much sounds like he's leaving.
Yeah.
I don't know how good Trey Lance is, so he must be really good for them to get rid of Jimmy G. So I'm not saying Jimmy G is fantastic, but I mean they got almost 2 Super Bowls with him. So and with a healthy defense, and so I don't know. They should have won the game. I was pulling for them. I know I'm a big Matt Stafford fan as well, but at the same time, I wanted to see the 49ers in it just because I think if 49ers versus the Bengals was a better matchup for both teams. And but But I mean, it's still a good matchup. Two favorable quarterbacks, Burrow and Stafford. So, but the 49ers, I'm disappointed in that, but it is what it is. So, but I'm excited. I'm excited. Super Bowl's here, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, me too. I think either way, like now, just a little bit of a brief thought on the Super Bowl is like the Bengals offensive line is not good and the Rams defensive line is absurd. So that now I'm rooting for the Bengals and I have some money on the Bengals, but that defensive line will win if the Rams win the Super Bowl, it's going to be because of that defensive line.
I'll tell you right now, if the Bengals somehow can put up points up against that defense, Bengals are going to win. Because I mean, all you have to do, I mean, it's Stafford's not Mahomes or Rodgers. So if you could still put up points against the Rams defense, I think they're going to win this game. So it's going to be on that.
Yeah, the one thing that does scare me is that, like if you look at all the Bengals playoff games, every single game the other team had the ball, driving to win the game essentially, and the Raiders, they got close and they didn't pull it off. Tannehill was in the same situation, threw a pick. And then we know what happened to Mahomes in the fourth quarter. They tied it, got the ball in overtime, and threw a pick. Should have thrown picks on the previous plays too. So we'll see what happens. I'm mainly like I usually like to have a team I like in the Super Bowl and a team I hate. Like last year, I like Brady. I don't like the Bucs because obviously I'm a Saints fan. But like this year, like if the Rams won, I'm happy for Stafford and Bengals. I'm rooting for them. So I won't be disappointed with whoever wins. I'm hoping for a good game.
And I don't want a great halftime show.
Yeah, Ryan's
great halftime show.
This is probably the first year that Ryan's looking more forward to the halftime show than the actual game.
Wait, who's halftime, Ryan?
Eminem and Dr. Dre and Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them.
I think I heard that.
It's just a small group of guys. No big deal. And lady.
Yeah, Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, it should be fun though. A lot of money being spent. A lot of money being won or lost, but it's part of the experience.
My FanDuel account is on 0 right now. I've placed a lot of bets.
You either put your money with Tim the Tap Man and
go big.
Trust in him, or
yeah, I'll tell you this: the second he tweeted that, no bullshit, I put my bet down on the Bengals. I'm not even lying about that. The second he tweeted that, it's like I'm not like super like trusting in jinxes and stuff, but like
he's 0-7, right?
He's 0-7.
When he was like, yeah, it's Chiefs and Niners are gonna win. I'm like, yeah, I mean the Chiefs are such a safe bet, like, and they were up 21-3. I'm like, oh, no jinx, and they lost, and the Niners lost up by 10. So it's hard not to pick against a guy who's 0-7 or whatever in the playoffs.
Now the best thing about that though was Portnoy tweeting out, oh, it was 21-3, whatever. And he's like, oh, if you thought the Bengals had a chance, then obviously you don't know football. And then it came back and bit him in the ass. It's like, shut your mouth before the game's over, bro.
That happens with everything. There was some of my family over, and a lot of Bengals bettors probably were like, like this sucks. Like there's no way, and they did. So, but let's get into probably the biggest topic this week. The GOAT is calling it quits. Tom Brady retiring. So, hold on. Something's wrong with the. Can't hear anyone. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry. Couldn't hear anyone for some reason.
Are you good?
Yeah, we're good now.
We're good.
Yeah. So Tom Brady retiring.
Give someone else a chance. That's fine. Someone else can have a chance.
Yeah.
Because he said, I'll retire when I suck, and obviously he doesn't suck. I think he was waiting for something, to happen. But, it's everybody in the league is happy. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Besides the Buccaneers.
Listen, he's been in the league since I was 3 years old. He's been in the league since I started watching and becoming a fan of the NFL. And it's kind of like made me feel old in the sense like all the great quarterbacks and everyone like when I was a kid and stuff cheering for are all gone. I mean, Rodgers is kind of the last one in that era that's still going, and he started obviously a little bit after, the Mannings and Breeze and Brady. But it's a little sad, and listen, I was big.
I'm sad. I'm sad for you, young man. I'm really sad for you, young man.
Yeah, it's as much as I was like had the Brady fatigue, like man, it's just like I rooted for him in a lot of his Super Bowls, and I've said this, but I was rooting against him in that Rams game. Like man, I wanted to see something different, and granted, we are getting something very different this year. So
is it like actually 100%? But because then you say on like his podcast, it's like he's still taking it day to day.
yeah, but after that is when he announced that whole thing. He did his whole announcement.
I didn't know when those. I didn't know when the event happened.
Listen, I've listened to a lot of like shows and stuff since then, but like like I've heard a lot of people say he technically never said the word of retire. Like I think there's some sports book, I think it was Fox Bet, had him at plus 750 to play again. So listen, you never know. Michael Jordan came back. You know, there's a slew of historic athletes who came out of retirement. Brett Favre. So you never know. But as it stands now, you know, he's calling it after 22 years.
Maybe he's waiting to see like how it settles in after like a couple months, if he really wants to retire.
But the
when Giselle says it, that's when I'll believe it. When Giselle says it.
The thing in his like, you know, paragraphs that he was talking about is he said like he didn't have like the determination to like do what it takes to like perform at his highest level anymore, and that he was like after the game he said he was satisfied with their performance. When was the last time you ever heard Brady say, you know, I was satisfied with a loss in the playoffs? Like that type of stuff kind of made me think like, you know,
it's tough.
But then
a lot
again,
of injuries for them.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, you know, he's out for a year. After that year, he's like, dude, I need to be back. Like, I need to play. Like, you never know. So, but it's tough. It's end of an era for sure.
I saw a crazy like stat. It was like I forgot the years. I saw it on Twitter and I was trying to look for it just now, but I couldn't find it. It was like, you know, Brady came in the league. It was what, 03? Or
20,
when he won?
No, it was 20. He's in the league for 22 years, right?
When was his first Super Bowl? 03?
2000 he came into the league, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So his first Super Bowl was 03 though, right? That he won?
He won. Let me see.
I think. Or 04. No.
Fact check that.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Because anyway, I saw a crazy stat that was like, in between from when he won his first Super Bowl until now, like Daniel Thompson had his whole career and got into the Hall of Fame while Brady still had like 5 years of playing still. It was like insane. You know, and crazy. I see some right now. It was like in 2004, Brady won his. Yeah, go ahead.
2001, he took over as the starter and won his first Super Bowl.
Yeah, so then in 2004, he won his third Super Bowl. And that same time, in 2004, Calvin Johnson was just a freshman at Georgia Tech. And then in 2016, Brady wins his fifth Super Bowl. In 2016 as well, Calvin Johnson announces his retirement. 2021, Brady wins his seventh Super Bowl. And then in 2021, Calvin Johnson was inducted into the Hall of Fame. So it's like crazy.
Yeah, listen, I saw, I'm trying to look for it now, but there was a graphic about like, trying to find it. He had like 3 separate Hall of Fame careers. I'm trying to find it, but
interesting.
I mean, he definitely goes down as the undisputed, you know, greatest of all time. Like it's not even close. In my opinion.
What he did, other than, you know, injuries and you know, like Jackie Robinson and breaking the color barrier, what Tom Brady did is the greatest story in sports history.
Mm-hmm.
It's I mean, and I never thought I would ever say it. Better than Jordan, better than Tiger Woods. I mean, all those guys, Bill Russell, anybody. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and
to be the 199th pick.
That's the thing.
And do what he did.
That's the thing. You look at Jordan, you look at, you know, LeBron, like these guys who are revered as like greatest in their sports, and obviously individual sports are different because there's no draft, but like, you know, they're all highly touted. You know, LeBron went number 1, Jordan was number 2, I think behind Olajuwon in the draft, but third. Sorry, it was Drex. Who's ahead of him? Olajuwon.
And he also got cut from his high school team.
Bowie.
Sam Bowie. Okay, so yeah.
So,
But like these are guys who like went high in their drafts, and Brady, as you said, was a 6th-round quarterback. But yeah, here I found the graphic. It was Tom Brady had 3 Hall of Fame careers. It says 01 to 07. He had 86 wins, which was more than Staubach, 197 touchdowns, more than Namath, 26,000 yards, which is more than Greasy, and 3 titles, which is more than Elway. And then from 2008 to 14, he had more wins than Kurt Warner in his career, more touchdowns than Ken Stabler, more yards than Bart Starr, more titles than Dan Marino. Obviously, Marino had 0. And then the end of his career, 15 to 21, he had more wins than Otto Graham, more touchdowns than Troy Aikman did in his career, more yards than Terry Bradshaw, and more titles than Peyton Manning. Like in just 3 separate.
it's unreal.
That is one of the. When I saw that, I'm like, that is like when you split it up like that and put like who he passed just alone in those years is like unbelievable. Now, as far as his records go, like the yardage, the touchdowns and stuff like that, I do think he's going to get surpassing those just because of the way the league, and if it continues to go in this direction, is going where, nobody was thrown for 5,000 yards, until, the 2000s and stuff like that, really in the season. So, but now it's almost common. Like people are in the upper 4,000s to 5,000, and obviously if that continues for guys like Herbert, I think is one of those. Mahomes, if they have those kind of careers where every year they're throwing for that many yards, touchdowns, those records I think will be broken. But as far as the 7 Super Bowls, I don't know if we'll ever see that again. At least in our lifetimes, I don't know if we'll ever see that again.
Stat-wise, if anyone's gonna break it, it's gonna be Mahomes. But Super Bowl is gonna be. I think you don't know.
I said this like a couple episodes ago. Like a bold prediction of mine was that like Mahomes and Herbert could finish as like 1 and 2 when they retire in terms of like yardage and touchdowns. But obviously we'll see. They have long careers ahead of them. Hopefully no injuries that screw that up. But it's end of an era for sure. End of an era for sure. But if we wanted to talk a little bit about some of the coaching hirings or like some positions are getting filled. Ryan, I know if you want to talk about the Bears, I know they got their guys, it seems.
I actually just saw this. It was perfect timing. Now you say that.
Another Ryan and Matt.
So yeah, I mean, listen, I know. Matt Eberflus was
on your list.
Was on my list, but at the same time, he was. I can't remember what number he was on my list.
4, I think.
But I know it wasn't in order, but I still, at the end of the day, I did want an offensive-minded coach, because it's just that's what we need, especially having a guy like Justin Fields.
Towards.
Yeah. But I mean,
there was if you look at, for example, these conference championships that just happened, all 4 coaches were offensive minds. 3 of them young: Shanahan and McVay and Zach Taylor.
I do really like our GM. I like him, Ryan Poles. I like his attitude. I like what he's going to do. Being in an organization and culture like he was, I think he's saw a lot of things and he got the experience.
This is
different types of things.
This is a little ironic, but one guy who I would have liked the Bears to get is Eric Bieniemy. But I get why they were a little skittish because Matt Nagy came from Kansas City as well, offensive coordinator, and didn't work out. But I literally just got a notification from Bleacher Report that the Saints are eyeing Bieniemy for their head coach position. So,
that's interesting. One thing I liked this time that we didn't do when Nagy came in was that when Eberflus is bringing guys from his organization. When we hired Nagy, no one came from Nagy's staff over to the Bears.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's tough to leave Andy Reid, I bet. Like a lot of those guys.
I get it. Why would you want? Yeah, I get it. So I like, and I'm really excited for. A lot of people don't like it, but like I said, it's just this. I'm excited for this, but we could all. It could 4 years down the road, this could be. Just
we could be back
again.
We could be asking for Ryan.
But I like our offensive coordinator Luke Getsy. I know people are like, oh, he didn't really do much.
No,
I like him. I think he's going to be a great offensive coordinator for us, and to put in the pieces. We also got, Alan Williams is a defensive coordinator who, once again, is from the Colts. I think he was a safeties coach for the Colts, I think. So listen, if Colts had a top 10 defense for a long time and with this staff, and obviously, yes, we've always had a great defense, but hopefully with who we've gotten some people might not know who they are, but our quarterback coach is Andrew Janoko. I think he's from where was he from? I forgot where he was from. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank, but we've gotten some really good staff so far. Obviously, we still have a lot more to go. I think we need a running backs coach, a tight end coach, defensive line, a cornerback and safety, and then obviously special teams.
Yeah.
So
One thing
no, go ahead.
I'm not a Bears fan, but I do. I like Justin Fields a lot. I like Ohio State, but one thing I had said when we were originally talking about this a couple weeks ago was that if they're going to hire a defensive head coach, that they need to get a good offensive coordinator, because I think you need someone who can help Justin Fields develop. And Matt Nagy, I don't know, I just don't think he was that guy, and obviously they fired him, but I did really like the hire of Luke Getsy. Obviously he's been watching Aaron Rodgers for years, and I said this about Mahomes with the comparison to Fields. I'm not calling Fields, Rodgers or Mahomes. I just feel like he has similar traits. Like, I think he has a big arm. He's athletic. He can move
Fast. Yep.
His deep balls are accurate. But here's the thing is, and this is going to fall at Ryan Poles' feet, they need to fix that offensive line, because I don't care how athletic he is. If he's getting, hit as much as he was his rookie season, like, it's not going to go well. Like Tom Brady's a guy who can't succeed when he's getting, you saw it in the Rams game, when he's under pressure like that. So
only Joey Burrow can do it.
True.
Listening to his press conference, I mean, he kept mentioning that. Ryan Poles saying and can't do anything without an offensive line. So
the funny thing about him is he was an offensive lineman for the Bears.
I know, for the Bears. Yeah, that was kind of funny. So, I'm excited for this. I like, and then our assistant general manager, Ian Cunningham. I like him as well. I think we're putting together a really good staff. It's just a matter of what we can do. And I know we don't have a first round draft pick this year. I think we have a second round pick. We have like 5 total picks this year. Now that could all change if trades are being made prior to the draft or anything like that. But so far, I'm really liking our staff. There was rumors. Now I know what's his name. I think he's a candidate for the Jaguars coach. He was the interim. I forgot his name. He's an Italian guy.
Bisaccia?
The Raiders, Rich Bisaccia. Yeah. There was rumors. I saw a bunch NFL tweeting it out saying that he was a candidate for a special teams for the Bears.
That's what he was for the Raiders before he took over.
Yeah, obviously he's I think what's his name, Leftwich or whatever that guy is. He dropped out
of Jaguars.
So the 2 candidates are between him and someone else. And so I mean, obviously he wants the head coaching job, but I feel like if he loses that, if he doesn't win that job, we could see him obviously maybe get hired as I would love to have. I like having head coaches on our staff who have been head coaches before. And so I think I'm excited to see. And I don't know. It's all going to come down to players and drafts. And
yeah, and Ryan Poles had said, in his introductory speech or whatever, he said we're going to build through the draft and be selective in free agency. So, this year might be. I think with any new, especially when you're getting new playbooks and stuff for quarterbacks, I wouldn't have any high expectations this first year by any means. And then maybe, but really what you're looking for, in my opinion, is growth from Justin Fields for sure is number one. You want to see him get better. That's the big thing with any quarterback. And then that's overall what you're going to want to see 2 years from now is growth from your organization, from your young quarterback. I said it when they drafted him, for the first time I think in my life I am a fan of who the Bears have. I like who the Bears have at quarterback, so it'd be interesting to see.
Yep, we'll see. I'll deal with that throughout the offseason and go through that, and we'll see. I mean, right, next up is baseball, if that ever happens.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, and hey, just to touch on this.
For the love of God.
Just to touch on this for the first time in my life, because I'm a Saints fan, I'm going through kind of what you guys have been going through for years. We don't have a quarterback, and now we don't have a head coach. Our salary cap is the highest in the league, so we're a disaster right now. So we're probably headed for a pretty long rebuild as well.
Good luck, though. Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah.
We'll
Greg
see. Yeah,
Kamara.
and we'll give a little shout out to Eric's team, the Washington Commanders.
The
Now,
Commanders.
um,
Listen, my
how do you feel about
recommendation was the Warriors. It was right there. Washington Warriors would have rolled off the tongue.
Look, none of that should have even been considered. They should have changed their mascot to a potato, and they could have kept Washington Redskins.
I like it.
And that was it.
That's funny.
I mean, a potato is the shape of a football. You could have done all kinds of gimmicks with Idaho potatoes and had a baked potato bar and the concessions.
I see that.
It was all right there.
I see that working in produce has really shaped your mind over there.
Yeah, warped, shaped, whatever you want to say.
I can just see it now. Concession stands, potatoes.
Yeah,
baked potatoes.
Dude, you know how good you can make a loaded baked potato though?
Instead of t-shirt cannons, they got potato cannons.
Oh,
fans are getting injured at every home game.
Yeah,
Getting yelled in the head, concussed.
And we'll have signs around the stadium for watch it like flying baseballs.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I would have more than happily worn the mascot potato outfit.
I mean, that'd be funny.
That would have been something to see. But hey, the other name I would have wanted is the Washington Sentinels from the movie The Replacements. Come on.
I see. My big thing when they were gonna have to change their name and stuff, my big thing was like, I want something that, at least just as a football fan, like obviously it's different for you who have been a Washington fan. Like obviously you want it to stay the way it is. I just wanted something that would roll off the tongue and like kind of match their color scheme. Like I thought Trojans or Spartans or Warriors would have been a decent one. Commanders, we'll see. I mean, I thought football team was stupid. I thought football team was stupid, and I got used to calling them that. So I'm sure I'll get used to calling them the Commanders as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, me being a fan my whole entire life, I understood why the name change had to happen. I mean, I've got so much stuff that still says Washington Redskins on it. It's not like I'm going to get rid of any of that.
No,
but it will be interesting for me moving forward to just how I say their name. I mean, I usually just say Washington when we're in the card shop. We'll say Redskins. But I just try and be mindful of people around me when I'm talking about it, because I know how much it bothers some people.
I got used to the Washington football team.
And I know Ryan and Chad are also hoping for this. I hope the Blackhawks stay the same. But yeah, I had said I'm a huge Chase Young fan because I like Ohio State. So I've been waiting for them to figure out their branding to be able to get a jersey of his. That's definitely something I'm gonna look into now. But I think we can call it a show there. Eric, thanks for coming on again, for being able to show us that nice box, because wouldn't have been able to do that without you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you to Jim too.
Yeah, be sure to check out if you want to quickly shout out the shop again, so people can, and I'll link the stuff in the description and on our socials and stuff. So
Shoebox memorabilia in South Elgin with good old Jim. Yeah, South Elgin, Illinois, not South Elgin, Texas.
Michigan.
But yeah, we've been there. It'll be 30 years in June. So.
Awesome.
You guys have like an eBay page or anything you guys sell stuff on?
He just has his own account. It's not like a link to his store or anything. And then just his Facebook page, so where we promote new products and big hits and things like that. Like this Justin Herbert that we just pulled today.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, be sure, everyone, if you're in the area, to check out the shop if cards are something that interests you. I know Chad went and he loved it, so also, don't forget, we are doing that giveaway over on our Twitter. The instructions will be over there. Links are in the description for that. But other than that, thanks for listening, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Yep, subscribe.
And share.
Yep, all that good stuff.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks. We'll see you next week.
Hey guys, thanks.